But moving over to New Year's resolution. So New Year's is around the corner. This is the last planned live show between now and 2025. So we are going to kind of come up with our New Year's resolutions for the Giants. I mean, honestly, for you guys, like it could be signing a certain player. It can be something more generic, like having a left fielder for more than 1 year consecutive starting there to end that stupid streak. It could be kind of anything. I'm going to kick it to these guys first, but we're going to, we're going to jump in on that today.
Yeah. Mine is something that we've talked about, privately and for a couple of years. My New Year's resolution is be enjoyable to watch. This has been a pretty bland team. This has been a team that has lacked energy. This has been a team that has lacked that, Giants energy that we're used to and accustomed to in the even years, hence the name here. It's been a team that's just been difficult to watch, plain and simple. And we still do it because we love this team and we want to see our guys win and succeed, but be enjoyable to watch. That's my biggest one. And secondly, I want to end the 30 home run drought. Those are my top two. Those are my resolutions. And the 30-year home run drought. Shoot, get three guys together. Get Ramos, Chapman, and Adames. Have all three of them hit it. But yeah, those are my resolutions for 25, and hopefully both come true.
All right. I mean, I think it's fair to say Corbin Burns should be in there as far as, I don't see that deal getting done in the next couple days before the new year. I would start there, but as far as actually getting on the field and talking about improvements from, what we've seen the last 3-4 years now at least, I would say get back to playing situational baseball, playing small ball, and getting back to fundamentals. That's something that's really lacked on the field since Bochy left, and it's a very frustrating product to watch. I want to see them get back to doing more hit and runs, bunting guys over, actually executing sac flies. Like, that's a huge thing for me. I honestly feel like this team the last couple of years could have added another 7, 8, 9, 10 wins just from, bringing guys in with, bases loaded, no outs. How many times did we see that and we're like, okay, nothing's happening here, and it seemed like it came true 90% of the time? Like, that is terrible. Like, you should feel like there is no way in hell I'm not getting a run in here with, bases loaded and no outs. That's insane. So get back to situational baseball, move guys over, bring guys in, productive outs. Like, that's my biggest thing. Make more contacts. And then on the pitching side of things, get walks down, give up less home runs. You're in one of the best pitchers parks in the league. Stop walking guys. You guys don't strike enough dudes out to be walking that many guys, and stop giving up home runs, and you'll win a lot more games. And it's really that simple. You play in a park where even when things have been bad the last few years, you're still playing in a ton of games where you're losing 2-0, 3-1, 4-2, these 1 and 2 run games that you're not executing on the hitting side of things just by playing small ball, because you're just on these, cold, windy nights, you're just not going to hit a ton of bombs. But just, playing clean baseball is like the biggest thing for me. And I think everything will work itself out from there. It'll be a lot more fun of a product to watch.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, I said it a bunch of times last year, like especially towards the tail end of last year, that I felt like if this team was simply league average with a man on third and less than 2 outs last season, they would have won like 7 or 8 more games. Like, they were so bad. They were possibly the worst team I have ever watched in all my years watching baseball in those situations. It was just atrocious, and it was painful to watch. I agree with both of those. I only have 2 things from like a statistical standpoint that would be my New Year's resolutions. But on big picture, like kind of what Dan said, like make this a watchable product that's fun to watch with, bring some flair back. I watch a guy like Luis Matos playing in Venezuela right now. And for anybody that hasn't seen some of the highlights there, I think they post them on Instagram and stuff. They just wrapped up their season, but he brought back like Jorge Soler in the World Series vibes. He hit like a huge home run the other day, and he was like yelling at the dugout, and it's like, get some excitement on this team and not just be boring. So like for me, it'd be like from a philosophy standpoint, like get a little younger, get a little bit more flair, just make this team more exciting. I think having a guy like Jung-Hoo Lee back, hopefully for a full season, that's going to help. He's an exciting guy to watch. But yeah, and like Ricky said, totally agree. Small ball, bring back just winning baseball. Like that's, to me, it's a big thing. Being smart on the base paths, which they weren't. Although, depending on which analytic you looked at, it said that they were like one of the better base running teams. And I'm like, did I watch the same team that these numbers are saying? Because there's no way in hell. But like, go back to playing just winning baseball and doing the little things well. But from the two statistical things I have, the first one for me, Dan, he talked about the 30 home runs. I want to see someone steal 30 bags. We haven't had that since Dave Roberts in 07, of all people. Freaking Dave Roberts. Like, to me, that is more embarrassing than not having a 30 home run guy, because we can blame the park and the weather and the wind and all the stuff for the home runs, but there is no excuse to not have speed in this ballpark. So to me, someone's got to swipe 30 bags. I don't care if it's, Fitzgerald. I don't care if it's Grant McCray. I don't care if it's Wilmer Flores. Just kidding. That's never going to happen. But no, I don't care who does it. Somebody, for the love of God, steal 30 bags. I'm tired of it. The second one, I want to see five pitchers eclipse 140 innings. I'm setting the bar low. Like, I'm not even setting this bar high. And I say 140 because, for anybody wondering, here were the Giants' innings last season. You had Logan Webb, which was super wonderful, at 204. Next highest, 124. Next one, 109. That's terrible. Like, that's just embarrassing.
Not winning baseball.
Yeah, and I feel pretty confident, if healthy, you have two in Webb and Ray. Like, I know a lot of people aren't huge on Ray. Historically, he is very reliable at eating up innings. So I think you have two confidently in those two. If you get Burns, I think you have a third. And I am a believer, because I think Birdsong, I mean, we're kind of cheating here. He threw 72, but if you factor in what he did in the minors, I think that number was in like the 120s, 130s. So I think Birdsong won't have as much of a jump. Harrison would have easily cleared it if he didn't have the injuries at the end of the year. Hopefully he's healthy and stronger and everything going into next season. So like, I do think if you do sign Burns, I think you have a real shot at having five of those guys, barring injuries. Yeah. So I think that's a good benchmark for them to, like, let's get five guys in the rotation that are going to give us decent amounts of innings again. So that would be, from a statistical standpoint, that is my, that would be my goal. And I mean, honestly, even going back to like the last few years, you had two in 2023, only three people cleared 100 innings. If we go back to 2022, you had three. You had Webb, Rodon, and Cobb. So, I mean, it's just, it's been kind of an issue for a while. So those would be mine. Anybody in the chat, you guys throw yours in there if you want us to read off a few from you guys, but
I have some half joke ones. If you guys want to hear those, I texted you a couple.
Really offended.
Yeah, if you're easily offended, just close your ears for a little bit. Yeah, there you go. One of mine is teach Patrick Bailey how to hit right-handed. Another one,
or don't allow him to.
Yeah, just
don't allow him to. Teach him how to block consistently. Teach Lamont Wade to not watch a fastball go down the middle in a 3-0 count. Teach Wilmer Flores how to use his legs.